Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to request Shri S.K. Nayak. इस अवसर पर वो हमें, क्योंकि वो फॉर्मर हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी रह चुके हैं तब से लेके अब तक, यकीनन जब बीजेपी सरकार तब की थी और अब है, काफ़ी चेंज भी आया है और एक पॉजिटिविटी तो आज है ही सबके मन में आज की सरकार को लेकर. एंड एज अ हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन लेंड more information on that, sir.
Padma Shri Dr. K.K. Agarwal, who, as you all know, is an institution by himself. He has been a crusader for fairly, at least I know, for the last 2 or 3 decades. And I don't know, there have been thousands of lives, especially cardiac problems, have been solved because of his untiring effort day in and day out in every institution, whether they be medical college, medical hospitals, educational institutions in Delhi, outside Delhi. So I don't, all of you must be fully aware of it. So I say that he is an institution by himself. I think we all must welcome him here with a clapping of the hands. Please welcome Dr. Agarwal. Well, frankly speaking, I came here just to witness the distinguished set of doctors, prominent doctors who are going to receive the award. But at the last minute, I was just pushed into the dais, saying that I may have to say a few words and also distribute the prizes. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, let me congratulate all of you, those who have been selected by the prime time media research after a thorough scrutiny of their background, their contribution to the healthcare sector, their popularity in the area that they have been serving the people. So after a very thorough research and a strenuous kind of a test, all of you have really come to this level to receive the award, and all of you really do deserve congratulations from all of us that you have been instrumental in enhancing the healthcare sector in this country. I am sure many of you must have come from outside Delhi, from all over the country. Now, I am not a speaker like Dr. Agarwal. He gave you such a thumping kind of address. I was Secretary Health from 2003, so almost more than 10, 11 years back. At that time, the healthcare scenario in the country was much worse than what it is today. With the liberalization of the economy, the private sector has already come in a big way to provide health care. But as has been given in the address itself, where the lady was reeling out the plethora of statistics with regard to the GDP versus government expenditure versus out-of-pocket expenses, we are not being able to provide adequate number of beds, number of doctors ratio is very, very poor. All that has been said, but the point is, in a vast country like this, what is more needed is that there are certain areas where I will leave you to really ponder over. Now, for example, today we are taking a lot of pride that we have been able to eradicate polio. But do we really think what is happening to TB, what is happening to malaria? We also have national programs on these particular killing diseases running for more than 2-3 decades. In fact, ever since independence, we have been struggling on to tackle these problems. But where have we reached? You take, for example, you have this problem of AIDS. Now, to tackle AIDS, we have been receiving millions of dollars. Number of foundations, big foundations like the Bill Foundations and others, they have come forward to tackle AIDS. But point is, in a country like ours, what is more prevalent is what malaria and TB. These are the two massive kind of health problem that we have, and there has not been a dent to the desired extent till today. The government's attention has got to, because point is, individual doctors may not be able to contribute much, but then the government has to devise schemes so as to reach the remotest area in the country so that these problems can be taken care of. Because your topic today is health care. Now healthcare will mean the healthcare of from child to geriatrics care, everything is included in the healthcare sector. But point is, where do we have to sort of have clinical requirement or hospital requirement if we can really prevent people from becoming sick, if we can really take care to ensure, and that is where I say that as government we have not really succeeded. I was a part of the same system, but despite the number of schemes and programs, our progress in that sector has been very, very marginal, I should say very, very minimal. We have not been able to achieve the targets as desired or that people would like things to happen. So that way, these are few things which the governmental sector has to take care of it. Happily today, we have a new government which is concerned about the healthcare, which can go right up to the primary sector. Now, I have a feeling that most of you who have really been distinguished and are going to receive the prizes hail from either class 2 or class 3 cities, metropolitan cities, and they are mostly in places or cities or towns where already, if not tertiary, at least secondary healthcare facilities are available from the governmental sector as well. But because of the sheer workload or because of the sheer flux of the patients coming from various states to the metropolitan cities, whether it be Delhi or anywhere else, state capitals, the workload becomes so heavy that the governmental sector is not able to cope up with it. Secondly, the primary health sector has become a very inaccessible to the extent that we keep on hearing, we have been hearing for the last almost 30 years, that doctors are not available to be posted in the primary health sectors. But that is where the real problem lies. Now, every doctor today is looking forward to a career where he can have his academic enhancement as well as financial support or financial progress. And to that end, even if there are rules are made or government makes a policy that every doctor qualifying after MBBS must serve in the rural area for 1 or 2 years, there is not a single government who has been able to successfully implement this. Now, these are some of the issues which I thought I will leave it to you to really ponder over as to why is it that we are not able to take care of the preventive aspect of the health. Secondly, over the years I have been now reading after retirement, many debates are going on. Now take for example your generic versus the proprietary drugs. There is a very big issue that is being, because you see healthcare means affordability. Now can a man from the rural area or coming from a not so well-to-do background, can they afford this kind of a treatment where the drugs cost so much, the operations or diagnostic tests, they are very expensive, many people can't afford it. Now if affordability has to be there, then we have to really ponder over it. Is it, what is this, we have to think about the debate with regard to the generic versus the proprietary. Similarly, we have got other issues like, geriatrics problem is now rampant because we are in the towns and cities. We know the elderly people, they have some problem. But thousands of people are dying in the rural areas where, because there is no facility, there is nothing called any geriatric problem, geriatric care. This is one discipline I think which needs to be developed because more and more people are getting older day by day, and it has got to be some kind of a problem. This problem has to be tackled. And as a doctors community, I think you people have to really think about it, and then we have to get a way out. We should not necessarily be only concentrating on areas which can give us a higher level of income. The other debate that has been being read from the newspaper pertains to the kind of undesirable practices, or what I can call it, maybe it is bordering even to the extent of resorting to unethical practices, especially with regard to now that the private sector has come in a big way to provide health care. This issue is cropping up that even a healthy profession like that of the doctors, they are resorting to some kind of unethical practice. The number of tests which are required to be done on a patient, not necessarily required, they are also being prescribed for some ulterior motive. Now these are issues which are cropping up, and it is coming into the public domain. So I will leave you with this kind of I think we need to think about this and see that this noble profession does not get into some kind of a blemish with the time to come, just because some hospitals, they have invested thousands of hundreds of crores and they want to recover it, the turnover there to be fast, to break it even at fast. So these are things where at least my prayer will be that let doctors not be a part to this, not be a party to this, because your profession is very, very noble, and let the profession not get any blot or get tarnished because of this some management trying to force us that we must recover certain amount of money. Finally, I will like to congratulate all of you that you have passed through the very rigorous test of the Media Research Center. The center has taken a lot of pains to really choose you, and finally you have reached this stage, and you deserve all the applaud from all of us, and I congratulate all of you. Thank you very much.